All right, so we have a game against Lutikov, Anatoly.
Yeah, he was a very strong Soviet player, a very good in in some attacking positions, in tactical position. And the way they played the opening is clear. This move d5 is very unusual. Black has, I mean, tries to have the initiative very quickly after a few moves. Against Tal. So look at this: e4, queen e2, and here is move by move again, but very tactical. So
Yeah,
after knight f6, knight c3, white probably is a little bit better. But okay, after f5, the game will be very sharp. Okay, d3, of course. D3, queen, knight f6, takes in e4, takes in e4, knight c3. Okay, knight c3. What did he play? Bishop b4, no? And from here, we start to say bishop b4. Of course, everybody could see what happens, but they played it. So he allowed queen b5, check, okay, c6. He took there, and uh, he took in f3. So now, what has, for the moment, the pawn and better position, but he has to show it, has to demonstrate. Of course, Tal plays the most logical move and probably the best, Queen, bishop g5. Okay, bishop g5, completely open the position. Now he gives back the pawn, but it's move by move for initiative. Who has a strong initiative is clearly better. So okay, castle. Until now, excellent for white. Very nice. Okay, knight c6, queen a3. Okay, he could play even here, probably queen c5 or bishop b5. In both cases, a little bit better for white. But all right, he chose queen a3. And now after queen a3, bishop e6. And now the first surprise is the fact that, you know, the move was very easy to see, very simple, and probably the best, knight b5. Knight b5 is clearly better for white. Why? Because gives no counterplay for black, threatens immediately knight d6 check, terrible move. If he gives check in d6, you almost resign with black immediately. And later on, if it's necessary, he has the control over the square d4, like in Tarash, excellent for white. Well, after the game, Tile declared himself that he didn't play knight b5 because he saw the combination they played in their game and he couldn't resist. It was too beautiful. So you see what happens later on.
he looked for a.
Yeah, he wanted to sacrifice something. That was his
Ah,
problem. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, bishop c4. Look what happens here. Bishop c4. After bishop c4, what did he play? Queen e7. Now is move by move. You have to move very quickly with white because if you give one tempo, black can escape, quickly. You see? And maybe even better for black. So now he takes in d5. Of course, if he takes back with the bishop, he loses immediately after rook e1. You
Mhm.
know. But now black has time to take in a3. If you take in a3, you have nothing with white, you see. The idea is that white has for one or two moves to give the queen. I mean, he plays without the queen on the table. But this, okay, it's good. But you have to calculate many moves, you see, because it's very unclear until the end.
So,
Okay, so now he allowed this move. Queen takes a3, and now first check in c7. There, and now look at this. Rook e1.
yeah,
Queen on board. I mean, black has queen, is queen up,
yeah.
but is almost mate. This is the problem. So you have to be very careful because on every move you can get mate, with black is. So what to do? Probably the only move is, I mean, he has to choose between queen a5, queen d6, or queen c5. Well, the smallest, possibility to not to give too many chances to get mated is to play queen c5 like they played in their game. Yeah. So okay, he played rook. He continues, takes knight, king f8. Now has to, you know, to go on. I mean, to demonstrate how to win. All right, he took it with check. Now, if I mean, if you take back immediately, What did he play? He took back, no?
He took, yes.
Yeah, now he gives back the queen. I mean, queen, knight,
Knight.
e6 check. If
Yes.
he didn't give back the queen, he was mated on board, you know. So that was the problem. Or he lost too many pieces. I mean, almost everything. So, okay, now you have to accept the fact that you give back the queen and you continue to see what happens, you see, move by move. Well, check, king there, queen, knight takes. And now he took in g5. All right. The first phase of the game is finished, you know. Tal took back his queen. He has better activity, I mean, has initiative, but for the moment he's without exchange. I mean,
Yes.
that, you know, his opponent has his exchange up. But he plays for win this position, you know, for big activity. You know. Okay, check first, of course. Now again check. Now he moves the rook there. I mean, everything with tempo, you see. Now he has time to give one check more. I mean, of course, and now king there. And now look at this. Quiet move, bishop d5. Only like this. If it plays anything else, it's better for black in any position. But after bishop there, again, who is better? If he takes in b7, it's clear white is better because he takes with check in c6,
And takes the
takes
color.
with there, then he takes back the pawn. And many pawns in endgame, much
Yes.
better for white. You know.
Yes.
All right,
Wow.
but black is moving here. No, so now it's not finished, not before. So now white has to, you know, to show again how to do it. You know. So bishop f3 takes in f3, rook e8. What did he play? Rook e8. Yeah, knight c5. And they came into this position, very complicated, big time trouble, you know. And he took, I mean, he couldn't resist. Lutikov, he took in a2, decisive mistake, you know. I mean, he comes into an, you know, in very bad end game. The best move here was the quiet move h6, but it's very difficult to, you know, to decide yourself to play such a move like h6, you know. I mean, it seems knight takes a2 to check in very big time trap is okay. I mean, he took the pawn. All right. Now he comes into a winning endgame for white.
Because it also seems the knight is not lost if we.
No, he comes back in b2, but in b4. But at least he took a pawn. Here it's very important not to lose too much material. You know, if you have exchange up for nothing, is okay. If not, there are 2 pawns for the exchange, much better for white, like in their game, and some other threats, you see. So why is bad for black, we'll see. Now, king b1, and now probably he thought that it's all right. I mean, he has time to take. Yeah. He takes, and now king attacks the knight, and he has maybe time to, you know, to come back with the knight from b4, yes. But has no time. I mean, knight c5 check again. Now, king there. Now, knight d3, and the knight can't move. And then he loses the knight, and he resigns.
He didn't took this pawn from here.
No, knight d3. So he comes to an endgame where he has 2 pieces and pawn against the rook, and this is clearly better for white, winning, you see. So probably Lutikov didn't see the last move, knight d3.
Yes.
Very big time trap. Well, very funny game, but you know, until the end, very funny.
Yeah.
Again, not really very, very correct until the end with some mistakes. But as I told you, Tal couldn't be quiet. I mean, if we played the knight b5, much better, and probably he would win. You know,
more classic,
very nicely in a classical way. You see. Yeah. But he wanted to sacrifice always something, and it was very, very interesting. Of course, his opponent reacted very well. The game was very interesting, very unclear until the end. And if he didn't take in a2, nobody knows what could happen. You know. So, but okay, typical Tal again. You see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
Wild
Mr.
game again. Very wild game. But complete crazy, complete craziness, this game. Starting with the second move, d5, which is very unusual. Almost nobody plays d5 second move.
Lutikov provoked, but...
he provoked because he played like this also.
Was also his time.
Yeah. Even against Tal, of course, with black. I mean, he tried to win quickly with black.
Beautiful. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Russian championship, you know, they play like this. every player was very very dangerous. You could play against a master or international master. Very unclear what could happen. You see, you could be a very strong grandmaster, world champion, or something. Every opponent was a threat. In every game. You see, yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Thank you.
class. What can you do?